Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to talk about officer recruiting. I know that I have a lot of viewers that are just starting with the game, and so I always put in some of those basic videos as well. And officers are a really important part of this game. You need them for kind of everything. And to have them and to use them, obviously you need to know how to get them. And that's why I want to talk about the recruiting today. You find the officers when you look at the top left of the screen. There's ships, officers, command, factions, items, and refinery. And there you click on officers. And then you see all the officers you have or don't have. And you see there's still a lot I don't have on this server, but nevertheless, to get more and more of them, you need to recruit them. And you see on the top right of the screen, there's the recruit button. Go there and you see different options. At the moment, we have a mission key drop as well. You can get one of those mission keys once a week and then exchange it for officer shards as well. I go there in a second. There's also a Discovery Recruit special if you have the USS Discovery, but in the beginning you will have the basic ones, the Standard Recruit, the Premium Recruit, and the Ultra Recruit. To exchange something there, you need recruit tokens. You see here on the top, for example, the 1207 are Ultra Recruit token. You get those tokens, the different kinds of tokens with hunting hostiles. There you can get the standard ones, for example, with your dailies and with events and the daily events. You can get some of those. And to use them, you just go on here and then you see you can open 1, 3, or 5 chests. To be honest, you get more stuff when you open 5 chests, and you also have a chance to get a lucky draw. So from one of those to get a lot of officer shards from one of those if you are lucky. If you click on the eye up here, the information, you see how this works here on the token exchange. You get 12 shards. Guaranteed rare or epic is a 50% chance. And you get a 5% chance to receive enough shards to unlock a random rare or epic officer, where within the 5% there's an 80% chance on a rare and a 20% chance on an epic. That's what I meant with a lucky draw. I usually would open 5 chests only, and I would wait for an event usually. But in the very beginning of the game, you need the officers fast, so you will not have the luxury to wait all the time, because you need a certain amount of officers to get the game running. And today I will make an exception as well. I will open just one chest because we have an event, an alliance event, an ALB, if you know what that is, where spending those ultra tokens counts for the alliance ranking. And that means for my alliance I will spend everything I have, and so I will just open this one chest and see what I get. You see there's this transporter room with a chest. You can skip that and make it faster, and there you already see something that I want to talk about later. That's the transporter patterns, but let's skip that. And then you see all you got. I got 2 Lorcas, 1 Rome, 1 6 of 11, 1 Barrett, 1 Onegard Worf, 1 Tyler, 1 Deanna Troi, 1 Harry Mudd, 1 Kang, and 1 Martok, and those transported patterns. And the same is with all the others. Like the premium recruits, they work the same. They are just different officers in there. And the standard recruits are different officers again. Those are the 3, as I said, you have from the beginning. But then you also have additional ones like the Discovery. I said when you have the Discovery, or at the moment the mission keys. You also have the Amalgam special later when you have the Amalgam. But you also have the Federation Klingon and Romulan recruits, they just contain shards for the faction officers. In this case, it's just Romulan recruits, and for those you need Romulan recruit tokens. That means from the faction there. And you get those from the faction store. And the same is with the elite ones. There are elite Federation recruit, Romulan recruits, and so on. There are different officers in here. And you need elite Federation recruit tokens for this, or Romulan or Klingon. And you also get those in the faction store. But to be honest, the elite ones are a hell of expensive in the faction store. And the normal faction recruits I usually only get for recruit events or something, because I rather spend the faction credits on blueprints for ships than on those officers. But that's a matter of your own priorities. And then we have those transporter patterns. You get them from either of those others. If there are officer shards in there that are already for maxed officers, I can show you that with the Romulan recruit, for example. Vemet, Kumak, and Livis are maxed, or at least Kumak and Livis are maxed. And Arix, Vela, and Javite, I think, are maxed too. And if I use those tokens in here, and I would have gotten one of those maxed guys, instead I get those transporter patterns. You also can get them from some events sometimes, but this is the normal way where you get transporter patterns. When the game picked one officer you already have maxed, you cannot upgrade anymore. Then instead you get transporter patterns. And with the transporter patterns, you can choose what officer shards you want to buy. There's a limit what officers are there, and they are changing it from time to time. In the past, it was just up to Deanna Troi, and now we have Reginald Barclay, Jean-Luc Picard, and Jodie LaForge and 4 of 11 in there as well. So there's a limited number of officers where you can use them for. And they have different prices. As you can see, I could get a Mitchell for 1,000 transporter patterns. Others, like Giorgio, for example, are a bit more expensive with 1,100 and so on. And there you can pick your officer shards and get some officers you didn't have. I finished, for example, my Tandy here, my Mariner already. I got my Pike finished here with the transporter patterns. I'm working on Giorgio at the moment. So they are a nice add-on as well. But they are a topic for a little bit later in the game, not at the right of the beginning. You will get transporter patterns when you have maxed officers. Oh yeah, I was right there, because I can show you. You see that all of these officers here say max. And when they are max, you cannot get more officer shards for them. And if the game would give you officer shards for them, it gives you transporter patterns instead. Officers are really important, so getting them here is important too, of course. I usually would have a lot of tokens here, because I'm at a point of the game where I'm only spending them for recruit events, or the Alliance event we have at the moment. We're spending the Ultra tokens. But I just spent them because we had those events. Otherwise, I would have more. And with the standard recruits, I made a video on how you can get those recruits without tokens. Even if you don't have tokens, you can get these recruits. That's really important, especially early in the game. There are some important mining officers in there, T'Pring, Ston, and Barrett. So if you haven't seen that video yet, have a look in my help playlist and watch it, because that's really important. And only few people knew that most of the time, how this works. The amalgam special with Worf is a little bit different. There are not only officer shards in there, but other nice stuff as well. The same with the Discovery one. I'm not going into details here because I'm making separate videos on the Discovery and the amalgam. But there's not only officer shards in there, so just that you've seen that once. For the Ultra Recruit tokens, you even can buy them in the Alliance store. So I quickly show you that as well. In your Alliance store, there is this Ultra Recruit tokens thing. I don't have enough to buy them because I don't have enough Alliance tokens at the moment. But I could buy some here if I wanted. And as I said, all these faction tokens, sometimes it's so slow with switching. The faction tokens are in the faction stores. I can show you here the Klingons. There's a Recruit 1. I'm already a bit higher. There's a Recruit 2, Recruit 3, and there's the Elite Klingon Recruit. But you see it's 215 of those, and you need much more. Already cost 2,350 Klingon credits. That's why I don't like them. But later there's also a pull where you get 3,000 for 300. And then it gets more expensive again with 4,500 for 730 and so on. And then 6,000 for 945. But as I said, I don't use that very, very often. Only for events. But you can get those recruit tokens in the faction stores if you want them. And of course you sometimes get officer shards from missions, but you also can get them from events. For example, we have an event at the moment with chaotic tokens where I can get officer shards as well, so keep an eye out because here you can choose what to do. I yesterday finished the Doctor with this event so that I finally have him too because he's quite helpful, and there are different and Tom Paris I finished as well with this event. So there are officers as well that you might need, so have a look out for that as well. And there are more officer shards in other faction stores. So not only in the recruit area, but also in the faction stores. At Augment, you have an Augment Recruit 3 and 4 when you have to reach the reputation. And there you can get Augment officer shards. They are different. One is mixed and one is just those 3. The same is with Rogue. There you can recruit outlaws. And there is the Bajoran store where you can get officers, for example, with the loot exchange. You see here I can get Benjamin Sisko, and more transporter patterns, by the way. So when you are at level 35, you can start getting transporter patterns from here as well. I just saw that I have to do more Dominion solo armadas soon. I haven't done them for a few days because of all the events we were going through. And I hope there's an event soon to do solo armadas. I'm usually keeping those directives until there's an event because there regularly are events where you gain points by doing Borg or Dominion solo armadas, and that's why I'm keeping them as well. So you in the faction of the Augments, Rogue, and Bajoran, you of course don't pay with recruit tokens. You pay with credits, or in this case with Armada credits, if you want to get them. So it works a little bit differently. But the main source for recruit for officers is this recruit section here. I only quickly wanted to give you an overview of recruiting. So if you have any questions or if you want to add something I didn't mention in this video because it's just the introduction today, please leave a comment. I always am happy to see your comments. And also, if you just want to say hi or where you're from, because I know that I have viewers from all over the world already, then I'm always happy to read your comments. If you have questions, please ask. And if you have wishes for upcoming videos, you can put it in there too, and I will have a look. I have a very long list of videos I still have to do, so I'm always interested if I forgot something on that list as well. And of course, if you want to help a bit, please do subscribe to the channel and click the little bell as well. Then you will not miss the next video. And if you like a video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see something else right now, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.